One popped in mind. You know what? Honestly, I want to give a shout out to Gorefest. Really. Like, if you've never had an opportunity to come to Gorefest, Gorefest is the annual show we do once a year, normally during the summertime. We're on 15 years. Fucking 15 years at Gorefest. Next year is 16. Out of state is free to get in. Military is free to get in. If you guys have not been, make sure you come down to the Roxy Theater, Scum venue. Come show some love to, man, everybody. If you're looking at one big ass party, one mini gathering, take a mini gathering and stick it in one big ass venue, and that's the gathering. So I would say, if anything, Gorefest would have to be my favorite fucking show. But you know what? Day 2, LSP here. I want to really thank, COVID showed us something. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here, stop talking. COVID showed LSP something. It was about the fans. We missed the shit out of y'all. We missed touring, we missed being on the road, we missed seeing you. I don't want to see you motherfuckers on Facebook and TikTok and the ground right. I want to see you motherfuckers in person. So, hey, I want to thank every single last one of you motherfuckers, because I've probably seen you from the East Coast to the West Coast to the Midwest to here to there. And I want to thank you all for seeing all you motherfuckers again. Give a shout out to your motherfucking selves. LSP. Okay, now I gotta go back to work. The merch table is open. Thank you very much.
On the topic of shows, I got a question for Scum. How do you feel about Warm Jaeger?
Okay, mixed feelings and shit.
It's nothing in this bottle.
Just kill it. There's another one in your backpack. I stuffed it in there. So don't worry about it. Okay, so Warm.
I gotta go back to work.
Warm Jaeger and shit. No, he's just leaving because now he knows there's another.
Right, I know there's another bottle in there.
Backpack. You know what I'm saying? Leave me some. Anyway, Warm Jaeger is disgusting unless you lose your fucking voice on tour. And when you lose your fucking voice and shit, that's about one of the only things that can bring your voice back from like a fucking 10-minute notice. And there's been times like, I think everybody that's done, you know, a longer tour and shit, 5-6 weeks. One day you lose your voice and you're fucking terrified because you gotta go on stage and all it's coming out of this. And it sucks, like you're beating on your chest like King Kong and shit, you're gargling fucking hot salt water, and it ain't doing shit. And you realize you keep looking at the fucking time and you're getting closer and closer to the set, the panic sets in, like, you know what I'm saying, this is our job and shit, like, you can't go out and MC. You know what I'm saying, we're not mainstream, you can't do that. So, you know what I'm saying, like, then you're pretty much willing to do anything. I'll actually, okay, I'll tell them even a more disgusting fucking story. So, we were on the Welcome to the Underground tour with Twisted, and I lost my voice. And that was one of the, you know what I'm saying, golden era tours where, you know, it was 1,000 people per show and shit. So I'm panicking, I need my fucking voice. You know what I'm saying? And the only way, you know, we're getting paid is if we sell a bunch of merch. The only way we sell a bunch of merch is if we kill it. So I'm freaking out and shit. I've tried the fucking room temperature Jaeger, it didn't help. I just got me drunk. So 5 minutes before the set, I'm fucking pacing the green room and shit, trying to figure out how I'm gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying, Chris Barnes and shit, and fucking, you know what I'm saying, give him a death metal rap set, in a fucking harsh whisper. And then I see this fucking coffee mug, you know what I'm saying, the coffee maker. And I still got the fucking Jaeger bottle and shit, and I'm like, fuck it. So I pour half a cup of fucking hot coffee and half a cup of Jaeger, and I chug this shit. And my fucking voice comes back. But the taste was so beyond disgusting. So the whole set I kept throwing up in my mouth and having to fucking swallow it because I'm rapping.
I'm throwing up now in my mouth.
Oh, it was fucking nasty. I paid dues to get my voice back. Whatever show that was, I don't remember where. It was somewhere in the fucking Southwest. I just know that these motherfuckers didn't even know the suffering I endured to entertain them that night. Shit. And that's why when fucking Jaeger came on with that fucking cold brew, and motherfuckers are like, that sounds great, coffee and Jaeger. And instantaneously I felt the salivation in my mouth, and I'm like, ugh. Like, probably the worst thing I've ever tasted. Shit going in and coming out, and coming out, and coming out. But it gave me my voice back. Does that answer your question, Donnie? gotta try it. That shit tastes delicious. As a matter of fact, I'll bring you some on stage next time we're performing together. I got you.
I don't want a hangover and diarrhea simultaneously. I'm good, man. The reason I asked that question originally, it was the Snuff HD tour. They came, I booked it for my release party for the Threat too. This was before I was even on LSP. I got him a bottle of Jaeger, but we in that Vegas heat because the show was in like May or June, I believe. And I hit him the bottle and it was hot as fuck. Me and my girl, we drink Jaeger warm and hot just from being at shows and, you know what I'm saying, like in the parking lot. Yeah, being on that desert shit, we live in Las Vegas. I hand him the bottle and he feels the heat. I've never seen the look of disgust on his face. To this, and I've done a lot of shit to make this man mad over the years. To this day, that look on his face of disgust was never.
Hey, I have a question real quick for Donnie, bro. So Donnie, you were talking about your hard drive crashing and stuff and losing the albums, man. Creativity, bro. How did you bounce back from that? Did you try to recreate the songs, or did you...
It was a little bit of both. Like, when I say that was a disaster, it was a disaster. Like, I half the beats, the producers are like overseas, and like, I didn't really, you know, there's already a language barrier. So I had that situation. Then the producers, they had hard drive crashes. And one of my producers also was Mr. K A, and he lost his fucking hard drive and I lost mine. Yeah, so like there were tracks I even legit, since I got back into doing beats, I reproduced myself and everything. So like along the way, it was a little bit of remaking shit, but also a lot of fresh material came from it as well.
So going with that, let me ask you, like, did you have like writer's block, or did you have like more of a hunger, like creativity? Because I found myself trying to write shit, and like sometimes I feel like I'm trying to write something, you know, like I can't write because I'm just trying to write a song. Then there's times where like I ain't got time to even think about writing a song, but I just catch a vibe and I'm like, fuck everything else, I'm about to write this song.
My man, when it comes to like that energy, even when I feel like I got writer's block, I force it. Even if I know this shit is garbage. Like if I'm literally looking at saying this shit is trash, I still finish it just to like, because that's still sharpening the sword. So like even if it doesn't get used, I still try to get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Writer's block is actually a very valid point and shit. Like, as far as the same situation, I'm like Donnie, I instead of finishing it, I just jump to a different beat. I always have about 6 or 7 unfinished projects, so if one is fucking not happening and shit, I'll go fucking work on something else and shit. But I wanted to chime in. The show he asked me about and shit, there's 2 stories associated with that show. 2 different stories and shit. So one fucking, my dumbass jumped off the stage and started a mosh pit and I cracked a tooth. And I cracked it like right across my front tooth, and the whole tour I was like, man, this thing is gonna fall off. This thing's gonna fall off. I'm just gonna make it back to Denver and I can get it fixed. But that wasn't even the funny story. The funny story was the whole night, this cat in the crowd kept trying to sell me mushrooms. It started high, you know what I'm saying? Then the price went down about halfway through the show, and then the price, remember this bitch? They're recording and shit. It probably was and shit, but the price went down, and like right before my set, the price became really reasonable. But I'm like, yo, what if we got 4 hours to sleep after the show? Not happy. Not like mushrooms. It just would have been a bad decision. Well, it ended up being a bad decision because as soon as we got off the stage, she's like, fuck it, you can just have them. Well, and saying no to free drugs is, you know, saying something that no artist should ever do. Even if you're not going to do it, you can always fucking hook somebody else up. So, I take these mushrooms, and I don't like traveling with shit. So we get back to the fucking hotel, and we're in Vegas, and there's all these flashing lights, and it's a casino and shit, and all these sounds. And what do? I eat these free mushrooms. It was a rough 4 hours and shit. Like, I think I spent like two of them hiding out in the bathroom and shit because it didn't have the flashing lights. It was a fucked up night and shit. Thanks, Vegas.
No, you didn't tell me about that.
Alright. Since we got like 5 more minutes and shit, any actual questions and shit? What's up?
Are Cody Manson and Donnie Manson ever going to do a collaborative video?
We've been talking about doing some material for like the last 2 weeks actually, so it's in the works.
Hey, you guys want to hear a quick crazy story? Take about 30 seconds, right? So, when I told you earlier I was a felon. I'm not trying to relive those days, but when I was walking the prison yard, I met a drug little homie in there, that had LSP tats. He's trying to explain to me who this Duke Scum is and this label, and it's like big. It's not ICP, but it's like the whole jungle underground. He's trying to explain this to me, right? In the same hand, he's talking about, dude, there's this other rapper I know named Donnie Menace and all this shit. Like I really heard about these motherfuckers. I'm sitting there walking the track in the joint, just like every day talking about this shit, right? He wasn't even signed to LSP yet either, which is fucking weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just like over time, like I ended up linking with Donnie and shit. Like I wish I could just face call Vegas right now, put him on. Like bro, like he low key like was like in a very low moment of my life. He was like this puzzle piece I didn't even know about. They kind of like linked. Like it's just fucking weird how that shit happened. But to answer the question, I'm down to do music whenever. You know what I'm saying? It's just about schedules and all that shit. We live across the country from each other and shit. It would be cool to vibe in the studio sometime. You know what I'm saying? But like whenever, if you guys want that shit, we'll give it to you whenever y'all want it.
Alright, so unless there's any more questions, I want to fucking thank all of you and shit for being here with us and shit, fucking listening to us fucking tell these fucked up tales and shit, fucking that, I mean, we could go for hours, but we don't have hours. Donnie Menace is about to kill that shit. We want to thank fucking AXC and the whole LLE team for bringing us out here and shit, inviting us to be a part of this event. So far, it's a fucking blast. You motherfuckers having a good time at Camp Xul or what?
Matter of fact, you in here, I got some flies for y'all.
See, that's a real artist and shit. He's like, hey, while I'm here.
Take one, pass it down.
Right, get some promo
We're
done
literally
and
church
shit.
right now, bro.
Take one, pass it down.
But anyway, right, this is probably the first time I've been inside of a church in like very, very, very long time. And normally if I am inside of a church, it's for a fucking funeral. So it's kind of cool to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, one day, I might start one.
Last story, tour story, we're gonna get out of here. We did do a show at a church in Tennessee. Remember that? Really remember that? We did a show in a church and did blasphemous material all night. All night.
You're gonna tell them that one.
I couldn't help but just relive that moment. You know, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, we're walking down, I'm like, are we really in a church, bro? We're really in a church about to kick off Burning on the State.
That's kind
Oh,
of
no, that was a band where you did another one. Oh, okay. We weren't at a church, we was at a, it was a church too, converted from one of them, not YMCA's, but some little hall. And Scum saw the Bible back there, and Scum was probably on 10 shots of Jaeger and a whole bunch of things. And I'm performing on stage, and all of a sudden I look back being lynched, and I'm like, what is the fuck is he doing? He's humping the Bible. I'm like, bro, somebody's come snatch him. For real, we're gonna, bro, the owner of the building did not see it. Because if he did, we were done. It was over. Fuck out of here. That was great though.
Let the record indicate, I did think it was a stage prop. You know what I'm saying? The cast in the show, they were doing some devil rap and shit, so I legitimately thought it was part of the stage prop. I was in the moment. And then these motherfuckers told me that the preacher whose Bible I was humping bought me a drink before the fucking set. I felt like the biggest piece of shit in the fucking room. So I do sometimes feel bad about my actions and shit. There was that time that I bought the preacher's Bible after he bought me drinks. Not cool. Not cool.
Hey, real quick, I want to say thank you to LLE as well, and Nancy and everybody. Thank you guys for coming out here too. But can y'all make some noise for these motherfucking OGs right here? Yeah, without y'all, man, like, shit, I don't know what the fuck I'll be doing right now. I might be trying to punch a clock miserable as fuck somewhere. So I thank y'all motherfuckers, man. Can y'all put your L's up one time? Can we get a LSP? LSP, louder, LSP! LSP! LSP!
Hey, shout out Camp Xul. Let's enjoy